While plenty of Porsches turn into expensive cautionary tales not long after 100,000 miles, a properly cared for one can run strong well past 300,000. That difference is never luck. It comes down to 10 things the most clued-up owners and independent specialists do that most drivers are never told about. Stay to the end, because the very last thing on this list is the single worst habit that destroys more Porsche engines than any mechanical fault ever could. None of this is about babying the car or spending a fortune at the dealer. It is about a handful of habits and decisions, most of them cheap, that decide whether your engine sees old age or dies young. Let us count them down. Secret number 10. Change the oil far more often than the handbook tells you to. This is the foundation everything else is built on, and it is the one most owners get wrong because they trust the service computer. Porsche's long variable service intervals, which can stretch the oil change toward 2 years or 10,000 miles and beyond, were chosen to keep the apparent running costs low and to comfortably cover the warranty period. They were not chosen to carry your engine to 300,000 miles. These are hard-working engines, the flat sixes and the turbos especially, that run hot and shear oil faster than that interval admits. And tired oil is exactly what lets sludge build in the galleries, starves the timing chain tensioners, and wears the bearings in turbos. Have it without a second thought. Change the oil every 5,000 miles or so with fresh filter and the correct specification, and you have spent a couple of $100s a year to avoid a 5-figure engine. If you track the car or drive it hard, have it again, because heat is what ages oil fastest. And do not let it sit for a year on old oil either, since fuel and moisture in used oil turn acidic over time and attack the bearings even while the car is parked. A do-it-yourself change is a couple of $100s in oil and a filter. An independent specialist, not much more, and either is a rounding error next to a rebuilt flat 6. It is the cheapest insurance on the entire car, and nothing else on this list matters if the oil underneath it is worn out. Secret number 9. Use only oil that carries the correct Porsche approval. Changing the oil often is only half the job, because the wrong oil poured in frequently can still ruin the engine. Porsche engines are built around a specific oil approval printed in your handbook, a code such as A40, or one of the newer C-Series specifications, each with an exact viscosity and additive package matched to the engine's tolerances, its turbochargers, and on some models, its particulate filter. This is not marketing, it is chemistry. The approved oils carry the detergents and anti-wear additives that keep these particular galleries clean and protect the chain and bearing surfaces. And a generic synthetic, however expensive the bottle looks, can shear thin when hot and leave those parts exposed exactly when the engine is working hardest. The danger is that the wrong oil looks and feels identical going in, then quietly does its harm over thousands of miles. Insist on oil that shows the correct Porsche approval. Check the number on the bottle yourself, and never let a workshop tip in a one-size-fits-all barrel. Get the viscosity wrong, and a cold engine is starved at startup while a hot one runs too thin under load. And on the diesels, the wrong high-ash oil clogs the particulate filter on top of everything else. The approval on the bottle is the whole point, not the brand name or the word synthetic, and a reputable independent will always be able to tell you the exact code your engine wants. The right oil costs a few dollars more and saves you the engine. Secret number 8. Replace the cooling system before it replaces your engine. If there is one system that decides whether a water-cooled Porsche reaches old age, it is the cooling system, because so much of it is made of plastic that grows brittle with heat and age and then fails without warning. The water pump, the thermostat housing, the coolant expansion tank, and on the older V8 models, the notorious glued-in coolant pipes are all known to crack and let go. And when they do, the engine overheats, the alloy heads warp, and a part worth a few $100s becomes a scrapped engine. The secret the specialists follow is to treat these as scheduled wear, not bad luck, and to replace them proactively as a package well before the mileage where they typically fail, rather than waiting for a puddle and a gauge climbing into the red. Preventive cooling work runs perhaps $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the model, against an engine that can cost many times that. On the older V8s, having the coolant pipes pinned or replaced is one of the best longevity investments you can make. The early warnings are easy to read once you know them: a sweet smell of coolant, a low-level light, a temperature needle that creeps where it never used to, or a small pink puddle under the car after it sits. There is one more trap waiting here, because these systems love to trap air, so whoever does the work must bleed it properly, often running the car's own electric coolant pump through a scan tool, or a hidden airlock will cause mysterious overheating even with a full reservoir. Watch the temperature and the coolant level like a hawk, and act the moment either looks wrong. Secret number 7. Service the transmission fluid, because lifetime is a myth. Whether you have the lightning-fast PDK dual clutch, an older Tiptronic automatic, or the all-wheel drive hardware underneath a Cayenne or a Macan, you may have been told the fluid inside is sealed for life. In the real world, it degrades under heat, fills with clutch and friction material, and stops protecting the single most expensive part in the gearbox, the unit that controls every shift. The specialists change the PDK or automatic fluid and filter on a sensible interval rather than never, and on the all-wheel drive cars, they service the transfer case and differential fluids too, because a neglected transfer case is a known way to destroy a driveline. A fluid service is a few $100s in an afternoon. A failed dual-clutch gearbox or a cooked transfer case is a 5-figure repair that arrives as a shudder, a jerk, or a bang. A sensible interval is roughly every 4 to 6 years or somewhere around 40 to 80,000 miles depending on how hard the car works, and sooner still on a car used on track or for towing. On the all-wheel drive Cayenne and Macan, the transfer case in particular is a known casualty of neglected fluid, and replacing it is a brutal bill that a simple fluid change would have prevented entirely. Treat the gearbox fluid as essential maintenance, and one of the priciest components on the whole car simply keeps working. Secret number 6. Fix the known weak points of your engine before they fail. Every Porsche engine family has a short list of specific parts that the community knows will eventually need attention, and the owners whose cars reach 300,000 miles are the ones who deal with them early instead of waiting for the bang. On the older flat 6s, that means the air oil separator, which fails and dumps oil and smoke, the rear main seal, and above all the intermediate shaft bearing, the famous weak spot that is cheap to replace as a preventive upgrade during a clutch job, but catastrophic if it lets go in service. On the newer engines, it means staying ahead of the high-pressure fuel pump, the coils, and the carbon we will come to shortly. The secret is simply to learn your exact engine's known issues, spend an hour on the owner forums, and budget to address them on your terms and your timeline rather than at the side of the road. On the early Boxster, Cayman, and 911 flat 6s, the intermediate shaft bearing is the headline example, where the single-row versions are the most vulnerable and an upgraded bearing fitted during a routine clutch change costs a fraction of the engine it protects. Bore scoring on certain flat 6s is another. Caught early by listening for a cold knock, and on the V8 Cayenne, it is the coolant pipes and timing components that top the list. A planned repair is a fraction of the cost and the heartbreak of a failure. Knowing your engine's weak spots is half the battle, and how you treat it cold is the other half. Secret number 5. Warm it up and cool it down the right way. Most engine wear happens in the first minute after a cold start, when the oil is thick and slow and the bearings, bores, and turboshafts are turning on the thinnest film they ever see. The owners whose engines last do not sit and idle to warm up, which only washes fuel into the oil and builds carbon, nor do they boot it the moment it fires. They start it, give it 15 to 30 seconds for the oil pressure to come up, then drive away gently and keep the revolutions modest until the oil temperature, not just the coolant temperature, has properly risen. Just as important is the other end of the drive. If you have been working a turbocharged engine hard, let it idle for 30 seconds or a minute before you switch off, so the oil keeps flowing through a glowing hot turbo bearing instead of cooking into it the instant you shut down. It helps to watch the oil temperature gauge rather than assume the car is ready just because the coolant has warmed, because oil takes noticeably longer to reach temperature and it is the oil that protects everything. This is also why a remote start that lets the car idle cold for 10 minutes does almost nothing useful, where 30 seconds and a gentle drive does everything. Those two small habits, gentle until warm and a brief pause before shutdown, quietly add years to the engine and the turbos for no money at all. If you are finding this useful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Secret number 4. Stay ahead of carbon on the direct injection engines. Most modern Porsche engines spray fuel straight into the cylinder, which is efficient but means fuel no longer washes over the backs of the intake valves, so oil vapor bakes onto them as hard carbon over the miles, dulling throttle response, economy, and power. You cannot fix this with a bottle from the parts store because the additive never reaches the valves. What actually works is a 3-part habit. Run a quality top-tier premium fuel so the detergents keep the rest of the system clean. Give the engine a proper warm-up, then spirited run now and then to keep deposits from settling rather than always babying it, and schedule a mechanical intake clean, usually a walnut shell blast, every 40,000 miles or so as ordinary maintenance. A proper walnut shell intake clean runs somewhere around $350 to $800 and is worth scheduling before the symptoms, a rough idle, hesitation, and the odd misfire, become bad enough to notice. The fuel choice matters more than people think too, because independent testing has shown that lower quality, non-top-tier fuel can leave many times more deposits than a good top-tier brand over the same miles. Treat carbon as a service item you plan for, not a mystery fault that ambushes you, and the engine keeps breathing freely deep into high mileage. Looking after the engine is one thing, but catching trouble before it spreads is what truly separates the survivors. Secret number 3. Own a Porsche-specific diagnostic tool. The single biggest advantage the long-life owners have is that they see problems coming. A modest Porsche-focused scan tool, the kind enthusiasts have used for years, plugs into the port under the dash and reads the fault codes the dealer charges a small fortune just to look at, often before any warning light appears on the dash. It lets you catch a failing coil, a lazy oxygen sensor, a sticking thermostat, or an early misfire while it is still cheap. Reset the service reminder, register a new battery, and read live data to confirm the engine is healthy. Catching a fault 6 months early, before it cascades into the parts around it, is the difference between a small bill and a ruined weekend. The tool costs a fraction of a single dealer diagnostic session and pays for itself the first time you use it, and it turns you from a worried owner into one who actually understands what the car is telling them. The popular tools, the kind enthusiasts have trusted for years, do most of what the dealer's own system does for a tiny fraction of the price. And a quick search of the owner forums for your exact model turns up a guide for almost any code or procedure you will meet. Used once a month, it tells you the car is healthy long before anything becomes urgent, which is exactly how the long-life owners stay ahead of trouble. It is the early warning system every 300,000-mile Porsche has behind it. Secret number 2. Build a relationship with a proper independent Porsche specialist and keep every record. The dealer is not your only option, and the cars that last are almost never maintained exclusively at main dealer rates. A good independent Porsche specialist runs the same level of diagnostic equipment, is often staffed by former dealer technicians who know exactly which parts fail and when, and charges far less per hour for identical work, and using one does not affect your warranty as long as the schedule and correct parts are followed. They will tell you honestly what needs doing now and what can wait. Fit genuine supplier parts rather than the most expensive box, and get to know your specific car over the years. Just as important, keep every single invoice, because a complete, documented history is what proves the expensive jobs were actually done, protects any warranty claim, and adds serious money when you eventually sell. In the United States, the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act protects your right to use that specialist without losing your warranty, as long as the schedule is followed and the correct parts are used. So the dealer-only myth is just that, a myth. And when the day comes to sell, two otherwise identical cars are worlds apart in value if one has a complete file of stamped, itemized history, and the other has a shrug, because buyers pay real money for proof that the hard jobs were done. A trusted specialist and a thick folder of records are worth as much to a high-mileage Porsche as any single mechanical part. Secret number 1. Treat it as a precision machine, not an appliance. Every other secret on this list flows from this one, because the real thing that carries a Porsche past 300,000 miles is a mindset. The owners who get there think like the engineers who built the car, not like someone who runs a car until something breaks. To them, maintenance is an investment rather than an expense. Prevention is always cheaper than repair. Quality parts and the correct fluids are non-negotiable, and a small symptom, a faint rattle, a weep of oil, a flickering light, is information to act on today, because later is always more expensive. They also understand that these cars hate sitting, so they keep them moving rather than letting fuel go stale and seals dry out. Adopt that single mindset, that the car rewards respect and punishes neglect, and the other 9 secrets simply become how you live with it. Put it in plain numbers, and the case makes itself, because an owner who spends a couple of $1,000s a year keeping a Porsche right will spend a fraction of what the owner who defers everything pays in catastrophic repairs and lost value over the same decade. And they enjoy a car that always works instead of one they are afraid to drive. Prevention is not the expensive path. It only looks that way from the front, while neglect is the genuinely costly one that simply hides its bill until the end. That is the real difference between a Porsche that becomes a legend and one that becomes a warning. Now, the worst thing you can do. So here's the deadly mistake I promised, the one that destroys more Porsche engines than any single part ever could. It is treating the car like a simple appliance you can ignore until it stops. And within that, the fastest killer of all is carrying on driving when the temperature gauge is climbing or a warning light is on. On these engines, an overheat is not a roadside inconvenience. It is warped heads and a cracked block, the moment a $300 cooling part turns into a scrapped engine. The few minutes you save by pressing on to your destination with a hot engine can cost you the most expensive component in the entire car. The same logic runs through everything. A weeping seal ignored becomes an oil-starved bearing. A shutter ignored becomes a failed gearbox. A rattle ignored becomes a jumped chain. Defer maintenance and dismiss small warnings because the car is still running, and you set up exactly the cascade of failures that bankrupts owners and fills the classifieds with cheap, broken Porsches. The other half of the same mistake is letting the car rot from disuse, leaving a Porsche parked for months on a flat battery with stale fuel and seals drying out, which ages it faster than honest miles ever would. A car that is driven, watched, and respected simply lasts, while one that is ignored, whether on the road or in a garage, quietly destroys itself. The instant the gauge climbs or a light appears, stop, switch off, and investigate, and never let small warnings pile up into a bill that ends the car. That one reflex and the refusal to defer saves more engines than any other habit you can build. That is the full list, 10 secrets that separate a Porsche running proudly past 300,000 miles from one that becomes an expensive disaster parked in a driveway with a blown engine and a for sale sign. None of them are exotic, none of them are out of reach, and not one of them is luck. Change the oil often with the right specification, replace the cooling system before it fails, service the gearbox the manual pretends is sealed, deal with your engine's known weak points early, warm it and cool it properly, stay ahead of carbon, own a scan tool, lean on a trusted specialist, keep your records, and above all, treat the car as the precision machine it is. Do those things and a Porsche will reward you with the kind of long, faithful life its engineers genuinely built into it. The owners who reach 300,000 miles are not luckier than everyone else, and they did not buy a magically better car. They simply decided early that maintenance was an investment and stuck to it without cutting corners. Every habit on this list pays for itself many times over, in repairs you never face, in a car that always starts and runs, and in the value a properly kept Porsche holds when so many others have fallen apart. Ignore them, and you join the owners who swear they will never buy one again. Start with the very next oil change. Find yourself a specialist you trust and pick up the diagnostic tool, and you are already most of the way there. The choice, and the car's future, is entirely in your hands. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.